So Steve, last night I was back at watching you train. I mean, you must be pleased just to be back on the ground with the players training again after the layoff of the summer.
Absolutely, it feels like the break just flew by. I think I needed it. Good to recharge. But yeah, now we're ready to go. Had the boys back in this week, Monday and Wednesday. Got another session on Saturday, so we're hitting it pretty hard. And yeah, it's been well supported, and it's good to be back.
Yeah, and like I said, that wasn't your first session back either, was it?
No, that was number 2. So as I said, we're going Monday, Wednesday, Saturday for the first couple of weeks. We're just trying to avoid a clash with the England group games. Then we'll flip back to Tuesday, Thursday, which is the sort of standard training nights, and that's when the friendlies start.
Yes, I mean, because what surprised me was there was so many old faces there last night. It was really great to see some of the guys, but also there was old faces I didn't recognise as well.
Yeah, made priority number 1 really trying to secure down the core of the squad from last season, because I felt we were moving in the right direction, and we didn't. You know, a lot of the boys were starting to understand what we wanted from them. So we lost you.
No, you're
fine. Yeah, so that was priority number 1. We also had the trial, which has brought a couple of new faces into the fold, and a couple of people, probably a handful of people, have just sort of organically either reached out to me or I've reached out to a couple. So yeah, there's sort of healthy number there, really.
Yeah, I've got to admit, some of the new faces look quite good, and I don't want to say yeah, but there's a couple of older faces coming back in. So that was really pleasing to see how everybody was fitting in. The camaraderie was straight away. You know, it's really good.
Yeah, the thing that I've really been happy with is some of the senior boys. I just asked them before the first session, look, can you just make an effort to make sure this is a welcoming environment? I'll do my bit, the coaches will do their bit, but we can't be everywhere. You know what it's like if you're a new player and you turn up somewhere you don't know anyone. I didn't want anyone feeling like, you know, like sort of school disco where they haven't got picked to dance. So it was really important everyone was welcoming. I think we've got a really good bunch in terms of personality. We're going to work hard, and hopefully we'll have a really good bunch in terms of cohesive football team by the end of it.
Yeah, the other thing that surprised me well, because you think pre-season it's just all about fitness, but you were already getting in and working with them and working on certain things, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, without breaking it down to too much detail, the first 2 weeks, which will be 6 sessions, we're working more, it's generic stuff, and it's more on just trying to get them individually into the best possible shape. I did stress before the first session, we only have 5 hours a week with them. I'm not going to be running them, because if they need to get fit, they've got 6 more days when they go and get fit in their own time. Everything we're doing has just got some football principle attached to it.
Yeah, because I mean, that was what was clear as well was the new faces. There was some new people in your coaching team, and I thought that helped because you could split them up into groups, and those that come in, it looked like good sessions.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Other than yours, obviously.
Yeah, mine was a shambles, but yeah, other than that, I like to coach, Harps likes to coach, but you can't, and obviously Potsy is doing the goalkeepers. We lost Joffy to his reconstruction surgery, and we did feel like we were a couple of pairs of hands light. So yeah, brought in a couple of new coaches. One's actually been on holiday this week, but yeah, the other guy Wayne has thrown himself straight in. Boys already like him, so yes, it's flying. I don't think you can ever have too many pairs of hands at pre-season. I'd have another pair, to be honest, and if it meant I stood back and was just able to sort of watch, I'd be quite happy with that. But likewise, I enjoy coaching, so if I'm in it, if I'm deep in it, I'm happy with that as well.
Yeah, because I think that there was like splitting them into groups, moving them around, it integrated the teams, but also it was always keeping them fresh. And if you can keep 2 sessions a week now doing that, that's a big step from where you were able to train like last season. I mean, this time last year you weren't even here yet.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, got to be conscious. You know, I've kind of hid behind the excuse that I never got to do a pre-season with the group last year. So obviously I've now got to back it up, and it's our time to give the boys those little extra layers of information about how we want to play. So yeah, we've got to make the most of it.
Yeah, and I thought one of the things that was the inclusivity, because there's guys that were in that session who were obviously from some under 18s, the under 23s, bringing them into the group. So last season we saw some of those guys coming through. It all adds to the whole feeling of a club, not just not 11 players on the pitch. It feels much bigger than that, and I thought that came out last night.
That's very intentional. I speak to Jamie regularly, speak to the under-18s regularly. I'm consciously invited 2 or 3 of the better under-18s, and that's not my opinion. I've spoken to the relevant people, always speaking to Jay, just asking which of the 23s have got genuine aspirations to be involved with the first, because some of them don't want to, or they have to work or whatever, but those that do, we're making sure the opportunity is there, and that's all you can do. I can't promise they'll end up being a guaranteed starter in the team, but I said it to the boys before the session last night. What we will guarantee is a fair opportunity, and if people show the right sort of commitment, work ethic, human skills, like being able to get on with people and take on information, it doesn't bother me whether you're in the under 18s or the over 30s. You'll get a good opportunity with us.
And I thought that was all good. They actually, even like I said, a kid that was 16 and a couple of guys are in their 30s, shall we say. But it still didn't matter. There was a good team spirit there, and they were all getting involved. Even at the end, when they were having a run at the end, the crack was still there, the attitude was still there, they were still putting it in. Yeah,
agree completely. I think the running at the end, I think you probably had one of the oldest players and then one of the youngest players right at the front, and that's how it's going to be. There's no hierarchy really. We want everyone to play a part.
So, like I said, it's also like coming together quite early, so it's great. Let's just hope you can carry on. So, because what is the plan between? I mean, you mentioned before, it's all about getting ready for the playoffs. What will you be working on and doing between now and those first friendlies?
As I said, the first 2 weeks, so that'd be 6 sessions, are relatively generic. We try to make sure there's a little bit of a sub-principle of how we want to play in everything we do. So, but first 6 sessions predominantly there for the players. After that, we then go 2 sessions before our first friendly, which is 6th of July. So we're working towards the 6th of July, and what we'll do is we'll have an objective that we want to get out of that game. So the 2 sessions before that will be a little bit more game based, and we'll start to give the guys a little bit of information so that then the friendly becomes a little bit of a rehearsal, so we can see how do we get on. We'll review it, then we'll try and add a little bit more information before the next friendly, and that's how we've planned pre-season.
Because I guess you're going to be looking at, you're taking a lot of the core from last season, so you've got a lot to carry forward, but you're still going to be getting some new guys into the team, so I guess it's all about that really, you're building a new squad.
No, exactly that. We found a formation that worked for us in the end last season. We have tweaked it slightly as a result of personnel and also just my observations of what worked for other teams in this league. I think it's really important you look at your rivals, particularly those that were successful, and you kind of learn from what they did well. So we're going to try and get that message across to the boys. That's a couple of things we're having to change because personnel are not with us anymore, but that provides a good opportunity for people.
Yeah, well, let's just let hopes come together, because I think everybody's just like counting down days till that first friendly in July.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. So obviously that's Westfield, that's a midday kickoff. Westfield signed a couple of ex-Premier League players in the last week or so it might be a bit of a different game to what we expected, but it'd be brilliant to see you guys down there. Same day as Hastings Beer Festival, in case anyone's interested as well. So
Oh, great, can't wait then.